One thing that we have come to observe is that when a country does not take her people seriously, other countries begin to take them for granted and they would not be taken seriously, irrespective of who they are, what they are, and whatever they have. That is exactly what this administration have made Nigerians become. They have become so worthless in the eyes of so many other people in other countries. But if not for God, the Nigerians are still have enough money to do what they needed to do, they would have been taken for granted. In fact, most countries will not even want Nigerians in their country. But right here, I have something that is very shocking because it has to do with someone who is supposed to be an example. But guess what he did to Nigerians? That is the German consulate. Guess what he did to Nigerians? It was such a scam and such an unbelievable behavior that he played right here. But anyway, guys, I'll bring you more details as to what happened because the German consulate, actually did something terrible to Nigerians and it should not be encouraged. I believe our governments are all seeing these things and they should take actions against people like this. But our government is so weak because they don't even attend to issues in their home, let alone attending to issues outside their home. Anyway, guys, more details, but please ensure you hit the subscribe button if you have not, and also give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can get updated anytime we drop a new video. All right, guys, without further ado, it says right here that some Nigerians applying for master's academic programs in Germany have allegedly accused the German consulate in Nigeria of refusing to offer them visa appointments after paying an exorbitant amount of money. They allege that they have been experiencing this for 3 consecutive academic sessions, adding that the German government have been giving excuses for its actions. They lamented the huge amount of money spent in filing applications and how their efforts were futile. A report by one of the applicants on behalf of the affected person said for 3 successive academic sessions, forthcoming Nigerian master's students admitted to study courses in Germany have not been welcomed to the embassy for an interview. They were not denied visa. The explanation given by the consulate that the visa appointment was fully booked out was simply communicating ineptitude. The victims bemoaned the time and money invested in pursuing academic programs in Germany, which have borne no positive results. One of the affected applicants told us that a student offers his time, typically month, 30 days plus, applying to various schools, up to 3, 4 or more, composing and editing applications. Motivation letters responding to questions like motivation behind why they picked their course and the school, sending mails with the courier at practically 30,000 naira DHL, which I use regularly, per mail, pay on assist admission body, €75, that is 25,000 naira, depending on fluctuating exchange rates per application. Pay school fees for an application and again enrollment fees and others. And finally, selected amongst others international competing students for the admission. We make it look easy, however, it isn't. Most of us are self-sponsored with brilliant determination. What's more, the consulate would not have given competent reasons why they would prefer not to meet with the student for an interview. In my case, I applied for an interview in October 2020 and school resumption was on April 12, 2021. I was informed on March 31st, 2021 that I would be granted an interview. Most of the students have already transferred 10,000 euros, that is 5.5 million naira compulsory fee, to German blocked accounts since last year. A lot of them are no longer interested in traveling. The sponsor is demanding a refund since they were not interviewed, and some need the money back so they can reapply to schools elsewhere since last year. Now it is not possible to get this fund because a visa refusal letter is required document to get the funds back. Now the embassy could not interview the students, keeping our studies on hold. They, however, enumerated necessary things that the German consulate should offer them to end their predicament. We need transparency from the consulate. We need information we can work with, not aimless applying without yes or a no, whether we would get an appointment like summer applications are limited. Try winter, or if you do not have a scholarship letter or a first class, do not apply. It helps scale them a number of applicants, making the screening process less stressful. He further explained that education is a priority and it is clearly stated on the embassy website if a student, having invested his time and funds going through the long application procedure, what's more, the school acknowledges in the wake of putting him or her higher than other international contending students, the consulate ought to hear him or her out, interview, that is an interview, and ascertain if he or she meets the models for the migrating to Germany. Presently, there is a major distinction between denying a visa and not being welcomed for an interview. The former being refusal of student visa after interview means that the student doesn't meet the necessary models for migrating, which is an acknowledged system used by all consulates, while the latter, that is not being welcomed for an interview on the basis of having a large influx of applications, is an instance of the consulate not being competent to handle student visa processing. It is reasonable if student is being denied a visa than an interview appointment. If the applications are many, they can opt for third-party assistance. India uses VFS Global and they travel with ease for their studies. Irrespective of the number of students, we already pay up to 30,000 naira for visa handling. It should be able to cater for the extra aid, assuming they get a gigantic number of utilization. We might want to know April and October being an already established date for school resumption. The embassy, if being handled by a competent head, should opt for temporary expansion of the workforce during these peak periods. The embassy should anticipate beforehand the huge influx of students and make adjustments towards expanding their workforce. Students already paid a visa fee of 30,000 naira. Ideally, it ought to cater for the additional guide they would require. If there are restrictions placed on Nigerian students traveling to Germany, probably based on previous performances of other Nigerians or for general reasons, the embassy should communicate with us. We find it reasonable to attempt other countries than waiting for an opportunity that would never come. Obviously, you can see that some hanky-panky is being played here with the lives of Nigerian students. And guess what? It is still a Nigerian doing all of this. You can see how far and how deep corruption has eaten deep into the veins of Nigerians. We just hope that the students get their deserved justice and all they really needed. Well, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for listening. Whatever you have to say about this, please drop it in the comment section and give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.